Okay, so good afternoon. All right, so today we'll talk about UI UX. Okay, so UI UX. All right, per our previous videos, we talked about front end. And with the front end, we use what we call HTML and CSS. Also talked about back end. Okay, with the back end, we use Python. Then databases. Okay, so with the database, we use MySQL. All right, so today's class, that's the UI UX. We will use Figma. Okay, so Figma is a tool that can be used to design our website. It's no coding, okay? So it's not like the front end, back end, or the database that you write script. What with the UI UX or Figma, you just drag and drop elements, okay, to design your mobile application or to design your web application. So, but let's look at some terminologies, okay, in UI UX. The first thing that we talk about is what we call the persona, okay, or the description. All right, so with the persona or description, what it means is the description that the client brings to you for you to design or develop the application, okay? So based on the description, it will help you to know how to use the colors, how to combine, or how to design your buttons and everything, okay? Or the information to bring on the page. Okay, so that's the description. For instance, the application that we use for the case study is we are to develop a mobile application. So develop mobile application that will be used by our community farmers, okay, to upload their food stuff, okay, and sell. All right, so that's what we'll do. So this description that I've brought to you to design the page for me is what we call the persona or the description. The next term that we talk about is what we call task flow. Okay. So with the task flow, they are just boxes. So boxes that are derived from the description. So for instance, with this one, so let's select a box. So if the farmer wants to upload the food stuff, the farmer has to log in. Okay, so just bring our first box, we call this one login. Then we create another box. So once they log in, to take them to the home page. Okay, so the home page. And once they get to the home page, if they want to upload their full stuff, they can just go to the upload page to upload their full stuff. Okay, so upload full stuff. Okay, all right. So and all these are linked. Okay, so link this one to that one too. Okay. So this is what we call the task flow. Okay. Then another term that we talk about is what we call the user flow. The task flow and the user flow are similar, just that with the user flow, it's complex, okay? And with the task flow, it's simple. So with the task flow, we see with this one, we just derive three boxes from it. But with the user flow, something like this can come up, okay? So for instance, if the person enters a wrong password, so if the password is wrong, so if wrong password, okay, what happens? Okay, what we need to do is we can either take the person to a page for him to re-enter his username or password, or we just show the person a sign up page, okay? In case, let's say, because the phone number he entered is not in our system, so let's say we have to let the person create an account. So that's for the sign up page. All right, so with the user flow, it has more descriptions, okay? So it's complex. And with the task flow, it's simple, okay? So you see with the task flow it was three, but with the user flow, you can add a lot of things. So if the person enters, or if the person is uploading the full stuff and the details is wrong and everything, you can do a lot of boxes. You can derive a lot of boxes from these three boxes that you derive using the task flow. All right. So another thing that we talked about is what we call the lo-fi, which is wireframes, okay? also called wireframes and hi-fi. Okay, so the wireframes are just boxes. They are horizontal or vertical lines that are used to design a page or a screen. For instance, let's do something. So let's say this is a mobile app. So that's the screen of the phone. Um, so let's say that's the phone number field. This is the password field. This is the a button. Okay, and that's something to put our picture in, and that would be the name of our application. Okay, so this is what we call the wireframe or low frame, or sorry, lo-fi. With the hi-fi is what you give to the clients. Okay, so with the hi-fi, it has a lot of details. Okay, so you can add colors, you can add pictures and everything. So with this one, you can insert pictures, you can add colors, can just bring a lot of text, designs, font size, and everything. All right. So the hi-fi is a higher version of the low-fi. Okay, and with the wireframes is usually done. Let's say when you want to show, like you just an application just came to your mind and you are just trying to sketch it on a sheet of paper and something. Okay, okay, because on the sheet of paper you cannot be adding images. So what you need to do is just say boxes to represent them. All right, so let's go straight to Figma, okay? The tool that we'll be using to develop our application or to design our pages. So Figma, you open your browser. So let me share the screen for Figma. All right, so I'm on figma.com. So to download Figma on your machine, with Figma, you can either use the web version or download it on your machine. So you go to download, then you have desktop app. You can download for desktop, Mac or Windows. So once it's downloaded, you go to the part where you saved it, then you can install. Okay, the installation process is really simple, but when you find difficulty, just comment so that I can take you to the installation process for Figma. All right. So another thing we need to do is to create an account. Okay. So here, just click on login, and you can log in with Gmail or you can create an account down here. So you can log in. Once you are done, just open the Figma application. Okay, so that's my Figma application. So I have it here. Okay. So to create a new file with Figma, one thing that you can one thing you can do is they have already designed, they've already designed some pages, so you can just build upon them. You can just look at some of how they build their pages and everything to learn from them, or you can start from scratch. Okay, so to start from scratch, at the top you see new design file. So you click on the new design file. So this is the workspace for Figma. Okay, all right. So one thing we need to do is to create the page or the screen. If it's on a web browser, we create the page. Okay, if it's on a mobile phone, create the screen. So to create a screen in Figma or the web page in Figma, call it frames. So on the top here, when you hover your mouse over the icons, it will tell you the description of the icon. So this is a frame. Once you click on the frame, on the right hand side, the devices will come up. So you can create for tablet, desktops, and everything. Okay. So let's create for phone. So it says it's a mobile application. You can just use, let's choose 14 Pro. Okay. So that's the size of the 14 Pro. If you want to change the weight or the height, you can just change it from here, or you can just change the size by dragging. Okay. So just click on it and drag, change the size. You can just change it from here. All right. So that's that. And one best practice that you should notice is, okay, so he said the farmer should be able to log in, they should be able to create account. Okay. So we've talked about two screens. So let's rename this screen. So on the left hand side are the layers. You can right click and go to rename. It's very good to rename your screens or frames because it will get your time. The screens that you have will be hundreds, okay, and you might not be able to identify them. So this is the login page. So to duplicate this screen or to create another one for sign up, you can just go here, frame, and select the phone 14 Pro to be created here. Or let's delete this one. So to delete it, you just click on it and you press on your keyboard, delete, okay? What you can also do is you can duplicate this one. So to duplicate it, you just type Control plus D to duplicate the screen, okay? So to duplicate with the same properties. So let's rename this one. So let's rename this one. So let's say this is sign up. Okay, so you can create, or you can also create another screen by just right clicking on it. Let's go copy. Okay, then you paste it. So once you paste it, you drag it. All right, so let's design our login page. Okay, so the first thing that we need to design is the input fields. Okay, so to create, so just click on the top here, see rectangle. So we just click on, just click and drag to change the size. So that's for our phone number field. Okay, so let's design it. All right, so you can change the full color. So for Figma, the default full color is gray. So to change it, you just click on the fill. See here the color. You can just change it to any color that you want. Okay. We call something border. You see the blue color that you see outside the rectangle is called border. Okay. So let's change the border color too. Okay. So change the border color. You just click on the stroke. See here is black. So you can just click on it. You can change it to any color that you want. All right, so change it to this. Okay, let me use a nicer color. Okay, so let me use this. Okay, if you want to change, see, it's very thin. The border color, you can see, it's very thin. Okay, it's very thin. If you want to zoom with your mouse on your Windows, just click on Control and scroll top. On your Mac, just click on the trackpad and expand. Okay, can do that. It's very thin. So to increase it, you click on it, the stroke, you can just change the size from 1 to let's say 2. So in that case, you increase the border color, border width, okay? All right, so let's remove the fill color. So to do that, you just click here and just change this one to transparent, okay? So that we have something like this. All right, so this is for the mobile number field, okay? All right, so with input fields, they usually have what we call placeholders, a hint that will tell the person what to input in that input field. Okay, so let's do that. So to do that, you just click on the text at the top here. So the T, when you hover your mouse over the T, so text, you click on it, then inside the input field, you click on it. Okay, then type mobile number. Okay, and you can change the color, okay, because for placeholders, they are usually faint, okay, because they are not the main thing. It's just giving the person hint. So you can change the font size. So on the right-hand side, see, you can change it to, you can make it bold, you can make it italic, you can change the size. Let's change it something like 14 to make it transparent. You see the full color here. Click on it. Okay, then make it transparent using the second line item. Okay. All right, so okay, so this can just make it transparent. All right, so to do the same thing for the password, you can just click on it. And just click on it. Okay, and just copy or copy and paste. You can just right click, copy and paste. Okay, and also with this one, you can copy and paste and just rename it, or you can just duplicate it. So just Control P plus D to duplicate it. Okay, so to duplicate it, then you can just paste it here. So this is not phone number, it's actually password. So to change the text color, or you change the text in it. You click on, you go to the top, the text, come, you click inside, then you can just change it to password. You can position it to raw. Okay. You just use shortcuts to work on it another time. Okay, in our next class. With the shortcut to when you click here, it tells you a lot of everything it has shortcuts. Okay. So once you go along in using it, you'll get familiar with it. Okay. So let's create a button. So to create a button, you go to the top, you create a rectangle, and just draw it here. Okay. Then the full color, we can change it to this. Okay. Then because something border radius, so the border radius for this rectangle is actually the corners. So the corners of them, so the top right corner, top left. So these corners here, here. You can actually change the radius of it. Okay. So to change the radius of it, you go here. Okay, so that's the corner radius. You can change it to 5. So 5 means pixels. Okay, so in our previous class, can know that most of our tech things or in programming, most of it are in pixels. Or so once you change, you see here, it's smoother than this ones. Okay. Or you can change for just one. So you can change for only this. You can click here, then you can see for all. So you can just change for a specific corner. Or you can use the mouse to do that. But when the zoom is far away, you wouldn't see, okay, depending on the size. So you can just zoom in. Once you zoom in, you see some round icon here. So once you click on it, okay, you see it's changing. Okay, because I clicked here, that's why it's changing for one. But if I'm to click on it to change for all, okay, so it's changing for all. Or you can just use your keyboard, okay, to change for a specific one. Okay, you see, just press on your option key, okay, option if you're on Mac to change for a specific one. So let's name it. So just click this one. Let's duplicate it. So just bring it down here. It has gone beyond or behind the box that we created. So to bring it front, you right click on it, then go to bring to front. Okay, so as I come to front. Now the issue is the color. So to change the color, go to on the right hand side, you see fill, can change it to white. So just drag it to here. Then the transparency, you just bring it here. Okay. So you can just name this one. So to rename this one, and just double click on it and you can rename it. Or you go to the top here, then you come and click on it. So we have login, center it, okay, if you want. All right, so we have our fields now. Let's add more design to it. Okay. So let's add something like this. Okay, so let's see. See, once you click on this one, it will actually open it up. Okay, so this is actually used to do pie chart and all. Okay, in Figma. Okay, so let's make it bigger. Then let's change the fill color. So, but with this fill, at the top here, we have types. Okay, we have solid, linear. So you see, you can do a whole lot of it with this. You can media, image, diamond. Okay, depends on you. But for us, we are going to use an image. So just click on image. Then when you hover your mouse over this one, you see choose image. Go to the part of your image, click OK. You can change the contrast, you can change the temperature, highlights, and everything. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's that. And also, let's add another text. So another text will come here and we'll name it UI non-techies. So techies application, okay. So with this one too, you can change the text color. can select Control when you click on anywhere inside the text, Control plus A. Then to change the font, okay, change it to, let's say, blue. You can actually change the font type, okay. So the font type is really important, or the font. So you have enter and just change it to Roboto and then something, okay. Then let's change the color. So the fill, we change it to this, okay. Okay, so that's that. So let's add more designs, okay. You can just pick any shape. Let's say, let's pick this polygon. Okay, so like something like this. Okay, then let's change the fill color. Click on this fill, choose this, make it lighter. Okay, then we send it behind. Okay, send it behind back. Okay, just something like with this one. Let's just change the size. 16 now, change 32 is too big. Let's change it to 24. Okay. Because with this one, 2 meters, one corner, I can do whatever I want to do with it. All right. So that's, so with this one is top. You can group them, you can group the items, but that will be for our next class. Okay. You can just drag it up. We have this. Change the size. Okay. So that's for our login page for the farmers application that we are to build. So for best practices, this is what we call the input field for there. So it's on the left hand side is rectangle. So can we name it to, let's say, mobile number? Okay, mobile number. It's really important. Okay, so that once on your left hand side, once you see, you can know this is just mobile number placeholder. Okay, let's rename it mobile number placeholder. Okay, so you can rename all the items here. And also the default save is untitled, so it's here. So the best thing, or for the best practice, is just change to the name of the app. The name of the app is non-techies app. Okay. So with this one, you can make a prototype on a mobile application. You can export to anything that you want. You can link the frame. So in our next class, for assignment, what I want you to work on is design a sign-up page. Okay. If you find it difficult, just comment on the page, or just comment, or just hit the like button or anything, and I'll get back to you. Okay. So that's for our UI UX design. This is just the first day. We explore a whole lot of that, a whole lot of things under it. Okay. So what we are trying to do is we want to, in the next project, or in a day, or in the next day or two, we will export it on our mobile apps. When you click on it, you work faster. Okay. You just link the frames. So that's that for today's class. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.